The 2018 AMRH, officially launched in Kigali, Rwanda, aims to bring together partners and stakeholders and highlight the current status of the AMRH. AMRH Week focused on ongoing work around engagements of different partners, stakeholders, networks and similar initiatives towards the AMRH. This is a critical step towards harmonization and eventual establishment of AMA. AMA aims to create a continent-wide approach that will support creation of a large market for medical products that can reap economies of scale and enhance affordability and access, and provide assurances to all African patients about the safety and quality of the medicines they consume. The availability and use of substandard and falsified medical products puts patients at risk. National governments all over Africa have had to face many challenges to effectively regulate the pharmaceutical sector. After more than a decade of investments into regulatory system strengthening, or RSS, in Africa, the African Medicines Regulatory Harmonization, or AMRH Week, is being held.
So what the initiative has tried to do is try and harmonize the regulatory requirements across the African continent so that a developer of a product, a manufacturer of a product doesn't have to deal with different desperate processes. We did a study and it showed it took 4 to 7 years for a product that is already available elsewhere in the world to reach patients in Africa. Through this initiative, those timelines have been significantly cut. We have seen in East Africa, for example, it's taking a couple of months, 9 months, 10 months from the previous 2, 3, 4 years.
The AMRH has built enthusiasm and momentum for this effort among political leaders who have illustrated in their push for the AMA Treaty. Ministers of Health and Justice have now signed up. The local and global industry for a more regulated and sophisticated environment. International partners, noting the governments of the UK, Switzerland and USA. Others include multilateral partners, the WHO and the World Bank, and philanthropic partners, BMGF, among the many others already doing this.
The initiation or establishment of AMA through AMRH is very significant because the goal of AMRH is to ensure and facilitate access to safe, efficacious and quality medical products to the African population. And this can only happen by strengthening the regulatory systems for faster registration and effective market control.
This is what the AMRH has achieved so far.
We've also been able to designate regional centers of regulatory excellence, which are meant to increase the workforce for regulation of medical products on the continent. And as we are speaking, we have 11 such centers that are focusing on different areas of expertise. And the idea is to make sure that we use the existing institutions, the regulatory agencies, the academic institutions, to train regulators so that they become competent and they're able to perform regulatory functions in a more objective way.
The AMRH has enhanced regional collaboration and reduced drug approval times. An AMRH implementation toolkit and monitoring and evaluation framework has been developed, and in 2016, this was piloted in all 6 EAC partner states. An online tool is currently being built to support monitoring and evaluation of the AMRH by simplifying and aligning data collection, analysis, and reporting.
So in addition to reducing the timelines for authorizing medical products to come into the African markets, we've also seen tremendous contribution of the AMRH initiative on the African Union model law for medical products regulation, which was intended to support countries to review or enact new laws to regulate medicines. This was endorsed by the AU Summit in 2016. But as I'm speaking now, we have 14 countries already domesticated the AU model law, which basically is intended to make sure that they have more effective and efficient way of regulating medical products.
Through the AMRH initiative, the Organization of Coordination for the Fight Against Endemic Disease in Central Africa was supported to develop a plan of action against counterfeit medicines for the region. The African Medicines Quality Forum has also been to address the challenges concerning the presence of substandard and falsified medical products on the continent. AMRH has taken a Centers of Excellence approach to building regulatory skills and capacity. 11 regional centers of regulatory excellence in 8 different regulatory functions have been designated across Africa. This will enhance regulatory capacity and promote knowledge exchange through existing institutions.
Sure that our medicines have quality, and the essence of AMRH is to make sure that medicines that get into the continent of Africa has quality, and that the ones that are being made locally also have quality. And it's costly to do all this, but we have to do it for the health of our people, for safeguarding the health of the continent, in general.
Established the AMRH Partnership Platform, which aims to improve coordination of different partners and stakeholders in the regulatory system strengthening and harmonization work in Africa. This is the African chapter of the WHO Coalition of Interested Partners, which aims to coordinate partners involved in regulatory strengthening globally. The AMRH initiative has entered into a review phase since February 2017. This phase is assessing past performance and exploring strategies to maintain the momentum, ensure financial sustainability, and deepen ownership.
So this meeting this week is really important in terms of, bringing multiple partners to talk to each other, for the regions to talk to each other, identify, the gaps, but also lesson sharing. There's been a lot that has been learned, and it's important that those lessons are shared so that, what has worked well is proliferated, and where there have been challenges or mistakes, people can learn from those. That is also extremely important.
The Africa we want is clearly identified within the framework of Vision 2063 and cannot be delivered without the optimal participation of the most important and strategic resource available to the continent, that is the human capital. It is therefore of utmost importance that concrete measures are taken in a coordinated manner to address any challenges that are hampering the optimization of our human resources. Investment in the strengthening of our health sector will not yield the desired results if we cannot guarantee a sustainable access to safe and effective essential medicines to our citizens.
AMA Treaty is in the near final stages of approval at heads of state level, a momentous event for the African medicine sector. The week-long event offered a platform for further consultation and discussion on AMRH's strategic direction and mechanisms for better coordination of RSS and harmonization efforts that partners can build even greater ownership, collective responsibility, and mutual accountability. The AMRH, with the help of different partners and stakeholders, will ultimately ensure the availability of safe, good quality, and affordable medicines in African countries. AMRH strives to do this by providing a proper enabling regulatory environment for pharmaceutical sector development in Africa.